The Holy Spirit and Salvation Session 24， 聖靈與救贖第24講。我哋喺呢個成聖呢個題目裏邊嘅核心地帶啊，我哋上次講到話呢，一個重生咗基督徒呢，第一，我哋內住的罪同埋我哋所犯的罪係神所討厭的，係與神完全矛盾嘅。所以第二，我哋必然有爭戰的，每天有爭戰，內在的爭戰。這是 normal 係正常噶。好啦，咁你咪淨話正常就理所當然啊？處之泰然唔係喎，要同佢打仗噶。第三，而家講到成聖所針對嘅事實嘅第三個層面，154頁。Number 3， 第三個層面 ，There must be a constant and increasing appreciation that though sin still remains, it does not have the mastery。 信徒必須不斷地、越發地體會，雖然罪仍然存在，罪必不能作王的。There is a total difference between surviving sin and reigning sin。 信徒仍存的罪，同埋作為一個生命嘅王嘅罪，兩者是完全不同的。The regenerate in conflict with sin, and the unregenerate complacent to sin。 正如一個重生了的人與罪爭戰是一件事，沒有重生的人以罪為滿足是完全另外一件事嚟㗎。It is one thing for sin to live in us, it is another for us to live in sin。 罪仍然住在我們裏面是一件事，我們活在罪中是另外一碼事。It is one thing for the enemy to occupy the capital. It is another for his defeated hosts to harass the garrisons of the kingdom。 仇敵佔據了首都，那是一件事，呢個未重生嘅人。但是仇敵那些已經被戰敗嘅部隊，去不斷出擊喺國度裏嘅防守嘅部隊，即係不斷嘅出擊嚟干擾首都呢，係另外一回事。呢個係信徒嘅事實。It is of paramount concern for the Christian and for the interest of his sanctifications that he should know。 對於基督徒，為咗佢嘅成聖嘅好處，佢必須要知道一件很重要的事，就是that sin does not have dominion over him， 就是罪必不能作他的王的。That the forces of redeeming, regenerative and sanctifying grace have been brought to bear upon him in that which is central in his moral and spiritual being， 就是在他的心裏的深處，就是在他的屬靈同埋道德嘅核心地帶呢，喺佢心靈的深處呢，上帝使他成聖的恩典，對唔住，上帝救贖他的恩典，上帝使他重生的恩典，上帝使他成聖嘅恩典，這些的能力不斷在他身上生效嘅。That he is the habitation of God through the Holy Spirit， 而且他是上帝藉着聖靈住在他裏面的，他是聖靈的住所。And that Christ has been formed in him, the hope of glory， 而且基督在他裏面已經成形，這就是榮耀的盼望嚟㗎。歌羅西書第1章啊。This is equivalent of saying that， 因此這換言之，這就是說 that he must reckon himself to be dead indeed unto sin, but alive unto God through Jesus Christ as Lord。 換言之，這就是說，他必須看自己是死的，向罪誠然是死的，但係向上帝藉着主耶穌基督他的主呢，卻是活的。It is the faith of this fact， 就是因為他相信這事實，that provides the basis for and incentive to the fulfillment of the exhortation。就是這個信心作為保羅勸勉嘅根據，亦都話因呢種嘅信心成為一種嘅動力，去實現保羅嘅勸告。Romans 6:12 and 13，羅馬書第6章第12同埋13節嘅。Let not sin therefore reign in your mortal body to the end that ye should obey its lusts. Neither present ye your members as instruments of unrighteousness to sin, but present yourselves to God as those alive from the dead, and your members as instruments of righteousness to God。羅馬書第6章12到13節，保羅嘅勸勉就因為我哋相信我哋已經重生咗，所以先至有動力去遵行呢個勸勉㗎。羅馬書6章12到13節，所以不要用罪在你們必死的身上作王，使你們順從身子的私欲，也不要將你們的肢體獻給罪作不義的器具，倒要像從死裏復活的人，將自己獻給上帝，並將肢體作義的器具獻給上帝。In this matter, the indicative lies at the basis of the imperative。在這件事上呢，保羅講一種嘅已然已經是如此事實，同埋應然命令嘅應該點樣。那已然 indicative 是那應然那命令嘅根據嚟㗎。And our faith of fact is indispensable to discharge of duty。而我哋相信這個所成就的事實嘅信心，係對我哋遵行我哋嘅義務係必須要有㗎。The faith that sin will not have dominion， 我哋相信罪必不能作王呢個信心 is a dynamic， 是一種嘅活力 in bond service to righteousness and to God， 就係我哋作為義嘅奴僕，作為神嘅奴僕嘅動力 ，so that we may have the fruit and the holiness and the end everlasting life， 以至於我哋能夠結出聖潔的果子，而最後結局就是永生㗎。Romans 6:17 and 22， 羅馬書第6章17節同埋22節嘅17節。感謝上帝，因為你們從前雖然作罪的奴僕，現今卻從心裏信服了所傳給你們道理的模範㗎。第6章嘅第22節，但現今你們既從罪裏得了釋放，作了上帝的奴僕，就有成聖的果子，那結局就是永生。It is a concern of sanctification that sin be more and more mortified, and holiness ingenerated and cultivate。成聖所關注嘅、所處理嘅，就是罪越來越被治死，聖潔越來越在裏頭生出並且滋長嘅。我哋講完第2段，成聖就係針對呢個仍然內住嘅罪而去作出成聖嘅功夫咁。第3段 ，the agent of sanctification， 那使人成聖者，呢度呢又分2段，聖靈嘅工作係奧秘㗎。第2，我哋完全要依靠聖靈㗎。The agent of sanctification， 那使人成聖者。It is necessary to be reminded that in a final analysis, in a last analysis, we do not sanctify ourselves。我哋必須要接受呢個提醒，就係講到最後呢，至終呢我哋不是使自己成聖嘅，唔係我哋去做成聖嘅。It is God who sanctifies。使人成聖的是神，係神使人成聖嘅。First Thessalonians 5:23， 帖撒羅尼迦前書5章第23節。 願賜平安的上帝親自使你們全然成聖，使你們成聖。Specifically, it is the Holy Spirit who is the agent of sanctification. 那使人成聖者特別是聖靈上帝。In this connection, certain observations required to be made. 關於這方面呢，我哋必須作出幾方面嘅觀察嘅。Number one， 第一方面我哋必須要觀察到嘅是 the mode of the Spirit's operation in sanctification is encompassed with mystery. 聖靈作成聖啲功夫嘅形式或者個方法呢，是奧秘的，可以話被奧秘所包圍嘅，所圍繞嘅。We do not know the mode of the Spirit's indwelling. 我哋並不知道聖靈以什麼形式內住在我們裏面 ，nor the mode of his efficient working in the hearts and minds and wills of God's people. 我們也不知道他怎樣很有效地在上帝嘅子民嘅心中，佢哋嘅理智裏邊嘅意志裏邊工作嘅 ，by which they are progressively cleansed from defilement of sin and more transfigured after the image of Christ. 藉著聖靈呢種有效嘅工作呢，喺我哋嘅理智、我哋嘅內心、我哋嘅意志上做工呢，藉著聖靈咁嘅工作呢，信徒係逐漸嘅從罪嘅污穢越發嘅被潔淨，信徒就越嚟越更加被改變效法基督嘅形象嘅。佢點樣做法我哋唔知道嘅。Well, we must not do prejudice to the fact that the Spirit's work in our hearts reflects itself in our awareness and consciousness. 一方面我哋唔可以減弱一種嘅體會，就我哋必須體會到一件事實，聖靈在我們心中的工作呢，係會喺我哋嘅意識上呢，係會反映出嚟嘅，我哋會注意到嘅，會感受到嘅。While we must not relegate sanctification to the realm of the subconscious and fail to recognize that sanctification draws within its orbit the whole field of conscious activity on a part. 我哋一方面亦都唔可以將成聖嘅功夫放置喺嗰種嘅潛意識嘅範圍裏邊，就並不體會到呢成聖係將我哋嘅有意識嘅活動係拉入去嘅，即係成聖牽涉到我哋有好清楚嘅活動嘅嗰個範圍㗎。Yet we must also appreciate the fact， 與此同時我哋必須體會到一件事實 ，that there is an agency on the part of the Holy Spirit that far surpasses analysis or introspection on a part。但是呢，聖靈嗰方面有一種嘅作為，他是那作成者，聖靈嘅工作呢係遠遠超越我哋所能夠分析，我哋所能夠作自我反省嘅。The effects of this constant and uninterrupted agency come within the scope of our consciousness in understanding, feeling and will。聖靈呢一種嘅不斷嘅工作，不間斷嘅工作，係我哋所意識到嘅範圍之內可以意識到嘅，我哋可以會理解嘅，感覺到嘅，我哋意志都會感受到嘅，即係我哋意志都會降服嘅。But we must not suppose， 但我哋不可以認為呢 that the measure of our understanding or experience is a measure of the Spirit's working。我哋唔可以以為我哋喺咩程度上了解或者感受到聖靈嘅工作，這就是聖靈在什麼程度上工作。呢個唔可以等同嘅嚇。In every distinct and particular movement of the believer in the way of holiness, there is an energizing activity of the Holy Spirit。當信徒喺追求聖潔方面呢，每一刻有一啲清楚嘅動作，有一啲特定嘅動作，即係信徒喺聖潔上任何有那一點兒嘅進步嘅時候呢，都係有着聖靈賜力量嘅工作㗎。And when we try to discover what the mode of that exercise of His grace and power is， 而當我哋想要發現聖靈呢一種嘅賜力量嘅工作係用咩形式呢？佢嘅恩典，佢嘅能力係用咩方法去賜給我們呢？ We realize how far we are from being able to diagnose the secret workings of the Spirit， 我哋就會發現呢，我哋完全不能夠診斷分析聖靈奇妙奧秘嘅工作。呢個第一方面，聖靈係有工作，但係奧秘嘅，超過我哋可能夠理解，能夠分析嘅。與此同時，第二，我哋必須要作出第二方面嘅觀察。Number two, it is imperative that we realize our complete dependence upon the Holy Spirit。我哋必須要體會到我哋係完全依靠聖靈，這是必須要體會嘅。We must not forget, of course, that our activity is enlisted to the fullest extent in the process of sanctification。當然，我哋不可忘記喺整個成聖的過程中，係要完全用上我們的活動嘅，即係我哋一定要付出我哋嘅理智、情感同埋意志嘅，我哋要作出行動嘅。But we must not rely upon our own strength of resolution or purpose。但我哋必不可依靠自己嗰種嘅決志，我哋嘅意志嘅能力有幾強嘅，唔可以依靠自己嘅。It is when we are weak that we are strong。我們在那一刻軟弱，我們就剛強的。It is by grace that we are being saved. As surely as by grace we have been saved。正如我們曾是因着恩典得救被得救，現在我們也是完全靠着恩典不斷的得救，即係不斷嘅成聖嘅。If we are not keenly sensitive to our own helplessness， 假如我哋唔係好清楚感受到我哋完全是無助的， then we can make the use of the means of sanctification, the means of self-righteousness and pride。 那麼當我們使用恩具嘅時候呢，作為恩典嘅方法嘅時候呢，我哋就把恩具當作自以為義同埋驕傲嘅工具啦 ，and thus defeat the end of sanctification。咁完全就抵消咗成聖嘅效力，我哋完全達不到成聖嘅目的嘅。We must rely not upon the means of sanctification, but upon the God of all grace。 我哋完全唔可以依靠恩具，但係靠那賜諸般恩典的上帝嘅。Self-confident moralism promotes pride。 自信嗰種嘅道德主義，即係你一定要點嗰種嘅道德主義呢，基督徒嘅道德主義呢，係使驕傲增多的。And sanctification promotes humility and contrition。 而成聖呢，係要使謙卑同埋懺悔增多嘅。呢度呢無理呢係講到恩具嘅。咁呢個恩具係乜嘢呢？咁我哋睇一睇要理問答係點樣講嘅。當呢句要理問答講到呢個要理問答講完咗信心同埋悔改之後呢，佢就講恩具噶啦。小要理問答第88條 ，Number 88。What are the outward and ordinary means whereby Christ communicateth to us the benefits of redemption？ 基督向我哋傳達救贖嘅好處，是使用那些外在的、一般的途徑或者方法，呢個就恩具。用咩器具呢？回答 ：The outward and ordinary means whereby Christ communicateth to us the benefits of redemption are His ordinances。 基督向我哋施行救贖嘅好處所用嘅外在嘅一般嘅恩具，乃是他所設立的典章 ，especially the word， 特別係他的話語 ，sacraments 聖禮 and prayer 禱告。 神嘅話，聖經講到聖禮特別係聖餐同埋禱告 ，all which are made effectual to the elect for salvation， 這些因據基督當然藉著聖靈，使他們成為有效的，對選民有效，以至於他們至終得救嘅。呢個係小要理問答嘅第88條㗎。咁我哋睇下中文嘅翻譯本點樣嘅翻譯嘅。基督設立了那些外在的蒙恩管道，即係恩據，好叫救贖的益處能歸於我們呢？88問啦，答：基督為叫救贖的益處歸於我們，所設立那明顯而常用的蒙恩管道，就是聖經、聖禮和祈禱。這些方法對選民的得救都是有效力的。咁其實小要理問答呢，下低就會講聖經、聖禮同埋禱告㗎。講到禱告就好長啦，就講主禱文啦。所以無理喺度話呢，係我哋必須要聽神嘅話語，不論讀經定係聽道，我哋必須要禱告，必須要時常嚟領聖餐與主耶穌基督親近。但我哋唔係靠啲嘢㗎，我哋要唔要做？要唔要用我哋嘅悟性、我哋嘅情感去做我哋嘅意志降服落嚟呢？要。但係當我哋咁做嘅時候，唔係靠我哋幾咁堅決、幾咁熱心，唔係啊，乃係靠聖靈，依靠佢。聖靈就是那賜諸般恩典嘅上帝 ，God of all grace。OK， 嗱呢個係第二方面必須要觀察到嘅事實。第三方面，我哋必須要觀察到嘅 ，It is as the Spirit of Christ and as the Spirit of Him who raised up Christ from the dead that the Holy Spirit sanctifies。聖靈使我哋成聖呢，是身為基督的靈，也是身為那叫基督從死裏復活者，即係聖父之靈。聖靈係基督嘅靈，聖父嘅靈嚟使我哋成聖噶。We may not think of the Spirit as operative in us apart from the risen and glorified Christ。我哋諗到聖靈嘅時候呢，我哋唔可以想象佢喺我哋身上嘅工作係與基督嘅復活、基督嘅得榮耀係無關嘅，唔係冇關嘅。The sanctifying process is not only dependent upon the death and resurrection of Christ and its initiation。整個成聖嘅過程唔係淨係喺佢嘅開端嘅時候係要依靠基督的死和復活嘅，即係話唔係淨係喺重生嗰一刻嘅啫。It is also dependent upon the death and resurrection of Christ in its continuance。成聖過程嘅持續，即係每一刻喺基督徒嘅身上，當我哋與罪掙扎嘅時候，聖靈作成聖功夫嘅時候呢，呢個持續性嘅成聖嘅工作，亦都係完全靠著基督嘅死同埋復活嘅。It is by the efficacy and virtue which proceed from the exalted Lord that sanctification is carried on。成聖不斷嘅作工，完全是源自那位得榮耀嘅主耶穌，佢嘅大能，佢嘅有效的大能嘅。And such virtue belongs to the exalted Lord by reason of his death and resurrection。基督有咁樣嘅大能喺我哋身上生效，完全是因為他的死和復活的。It is by the Spirit that this virtue is communicated。而基督嘅復活嘅大能，完全係藉着聖靈賜給我哋嘅，傳給我們的。Perhaps the most significant passage in this connection is 2 Corinthians 3:17 and 18。可能喺呢方面最相關嘅經文就是哥林多後書3章17到18節啦。Where Paul says that the Lord is the Spirit。喺嗰度呢，保羅話主就是靈。The Lord is the Spirit，and then indicates that the transforming process by which we are transformed into the Lord's image is by the Spirit of the Lord, or perhaps more accurately, the Lord of the Spirit。然後保羅喺講兩節經文就指出，整個嘅聖靈改變我哋嗰個嘅過程，個改變嘅過程呢，即係我哋被改變效法主耶穌嘅形象嘅過程呢，是藉着主的靈，或者講得更直接一啲，更準確一啲咧，係藉着靈的主 ，the Lord of the Spirit。哥林多後書3章17、18節，主就是靈，主的靈在哪裏，哪裏就得以自由。我們眾人既然敞着臉得以看見主的榮光，好像從鏡子裏反照，就變成主的形狀，榮上加榮，如同從主的靈變成的。However we may interpret the expression at the end of verse 18， 不論我哋點樣去解釋第18節嘅下半節 ，it is apparent that 有一件事好清楚嘅，就係話咧 ，the sanctifying work of the Spirit not only consists in progressive confirmation of the image of Christ， 聖靈使人成聖的工作唔單單係使人越嚟越效法基督嘅形象 ，but is also dependent upon the activity of the exalted Lord， 而且亦都係完全依靠着那位得榮耀嘅主耶穌嘅工作㗎。Refer to 1 Corinthians 15:45， 參考哥林多前書林前15章45節，經上也是這樣記着說：首先的人亞當成了有靈的活人，末後的亞當成了叫人活的靈。我嘅亞當是賜生命給人的靈。It is a peculiar prerogative and function of the Holy Spirit to glorify Christ。聖靈特別嘅特權同埋功能，佢工作就係要榮耀基督 ，by taking of the things of Christ and showing them to the people of God。聖靈將關乎基督的事讓神的子民去認識及參考一啲嘅經文 ，John 16:14 and 16，約翰福音第16章14同埋16節㗎。他要榮耀我，即係保惠師要榮耀耶穌，因為他要將受於我的告訴你們。16節，等不多時你們就不得見我，再等不多時你們還要見我。藉住聖靈，我哋係見到耶穌，將耶穌嘅事情聖靈會告訴我哋㗎。然後另外當然就係哥林多後書第3章17同埋18節，我哋讀過㗎啦。It is as that indwelling Spirit that he does this。聖靈將基督嘅事授予我們，係因為佢係內住在我們裏邊嘅靈。And as the advocate with believers， 因為聖靈是信徒的保惠師或者辯方律師，因此佢將基督的事，即係基督嘅復活大能，傳授給我們的。John 14:16 to 17， 約翰14章16到17節嘅主耶穌咁樣話：我要求父，父就另外賜給你們一位保惠師或者訓慰師，叫他永遠與你們同在，就是真理的靈，乃世人不能接受的，因為不見他也不認識他。你們卻認識他，因他常與你們同在，也要在你們裏面㗎。所以呢個第三方面，我哋要做呢個觀察就係呢，聖靈係完全藉着基督嘅復活嘅大能，使我哋成聖㗎。所以保羅喺腓立比書3章10節話：我要曉得他復活的大能，就係曉得聖靈嘅大能。你曉得聖靈嘅大能，亦即係曉得基督嘅復活嘅大能，同樣嘢嚟㗎。聖靈俾我哋能力，就是好似基督，即係父神叫耶穌基督從死裏復活嗰個能力，同一個能力，亦都係同樣咁大嘅能力嚟㗎。第三段喺呢度就講完啦。使人成聖嘅那位是聖靈，基督的靈，亦都係使基督復活者聖父的靈。下次我哋講第4段成聖嘅方法。